All right, y'all. We back with the Peanut Gallery, and we have a very special guest. So I'm gonna just give a short little intro. Yeah, this is Rob Blanco,
That was the short
and
intro.
that's the short intro. Rob, would you like to introduce yourself?
What's up, y'all? I'm Rob Blanco. That's the short intro. Exactly what he said. If you know, you know. If you don't, you're gonna find out. So that's just all I have to say.
Okay, so I think we just gonna hop right into it because Rob, I ain't see you in forever.
Yes.
How's the move?
The move is amazing.
Okay.
Was amazing. It still is. So I moved out of Philly like 6 months ago, actually, and it's been amazing. It's just been a lot of uphills. And I'm just continuing to grow and elevate per usual, like I was doing and bubbling in the city here.
Thanks.
Just getting shit done. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I always been a boss inside and outside of entertainment,
Right.
but I'm happy.
Good.
I'm happy.
I'm good. So, what made you actually do the move? Like, what made you move
So I've always wanted to move to the particular place that I live at, as you know.
there? Mm-hmm.
However, I never made that final move because my son, who I adopted, I never finalized the adoption.
Okay.
So I couldn't move him state to state.
All right.
So once I got the, finalizing adoption, name change, all that shit, like official, that's when I was like, you know what? It's time for me to make that move, have a complete new lifestyle for him and I, and just a change of scenery, change of environment. And like I said, being a boss that I am, I maintain my role in healthcare management.
Okay.
So I'm always able to do whatever I want to do, you know what I'm saying? And never have to worry.
Okay. Okay. So I was going. Now that you just said that you was maintaining that, because I was going to ask you, because I feel like with entrepreneurs and things like that, people that have their own businesses or multiple businesses and things like that,
Right.
I feel like sometimes people look down on it when you still got like a 9 to 5 job and feel like that.
So yeah, I hear this often, but the thing about me, not to brag, I don't have your typical 9 to 5. Like I'm an operating room manager. I have a career that people and I went to school
Facts.
for, work up within our industry of healthcare to get.
Facts.
I don't have your typical day to day. My manager stresses me out. My manager pisses me off. I'm probably the manager that pisses my employees off.
Yeah.
So I don't have that same type of view on things because I'm not in that position.
So how you doing maintaining working businesses, father?
So that's the hard part, and the biggest part is what I care about the most is being the father. There's times that I want to walk away from my job in healthcare. I don't want to walk away from all of the business endeavors that I have because, as you know, getting that stuff off the ground is the most difficult part.
Right.
Being patient and all those other things is the second half of that. So only thing I ever want to do at the end of the day is run home to my son, right? So sometimes I do feel like some days are better than others. Some days I feel like I want to throw in the towel all in all and just be a dad, right?
Okay.
So it's hard. I wouldn't say it's easy, but I know on the other side it's a bigger picture, right? It's a bigger picture that I'm painting, and I haven't put my pen down.
Okay. Well, one, take that shot. Mm-hmm.
I've been trying. Let me tell you something. No matter what, we could be out. I'll be like, shit, put my shit right down. But have we been out before?
We have not.
Not even in the group.
We have not.
Wow. Well, what I was about to say to that is, I'm always the friend that's turned and lit, but at the same time, I'm never too drunk. I'm never inebriated.
Me too.
And I honestly don't like to drink off a camera, so I'm gonna put this shot right here.
And you gonna? I'm crying. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
So I love cranberry juice.
It's wine, y'all. It's definitely wine. Okay. Okay. So now, everybody, that's Rob Blanco. You feel me? So now, but I really wanted to get you on the podcast for it because I feel like we have our little talks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because we cool, shit like that. Well, one, how's the music doing?
The music is doing great for me. And before we get into that, the biggest part I want to acknowledge is I'm not in it because I'm hungry.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not in it because I want to be a rap superstar.
Right.
My life is amazing outside of music.
Yeah.
So when I get the love, when I'm dropping, whether it be a video, a full song, a full project, I'm so grateful for that, right?
Okay.
Because I do it as a hobby to me, and
that.
to have being received as much as I do for a hobby of mine. That's why I just keep going, right?
Okay.
But the music is doing amazing. I actually didn't release my last song with my boyfriend. Actually, it's called Two Turn. I never released that on any streaming platforms until this past Monday. I only wanted it to be a visual. So we only put out just the music video.
Okay.
Because I wanted to see what those numbers would do, what the response would be. And then 2-3 months later, I'm just now putting it on streaming platforms.
That's what's up.
And as soon as I put it on there, you could see the chart and how it shot up above all of my other stuff.
Okay.
And like I'm saying, out loud in my new music that's soon to come, this is new Rob Blanco. Like, you ain't never heard this Blanco flow. They say I emulate Lil Kim. I guess I'm Big Blanco. But I always get compared to who is one of my biggest influences. But the way I've been spitting, the way I've been delivering, the shit I've been talking about is kind of stamping me in a different light. Okay. I love that for me, but it's not taken away from what I consider to be my roots and who and what made me.
Okay, I like that. Okay. Well, Ryan, I'm pretty sure.
What are you pretty sure about?
I'm pretty sure that because I feel like you're pretty decent on social media. I feel like you got like a good following and stuff like that. So, yeah.
I don't like social media. No.
Uh,
I love a good meme. I love a good post. I love to see stuff go viral. But I am not like today. I'm supposed to be posting a bunch of content. I'm on a promo run for this new single called "If I" coming out April 4th. But I'm tired. I don't want to keep posting.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Making the same post but looking a different way, but still pushing the same. You know what I mean? Promo, or me just being like, "Yeah, y'all, it's Rob Blanco. My new song coming out." I'm tired. I'm tired because I'm a daddy and everything else in between.
Okay.
I'm not a big social media person, but if you say that, I'll take it.
Yeah, I feel like you got a decent. Good support on social media.
I really do. My supporters, I call them Blanc stars, and I would consider you a Blanc star. You have now officially been inducted as a Blanc star.
Okay.
Welcome to the club.
I love that.
Welcome to the club.
I love that. So now we're gonna get into the nitty gritty, Frank.
What is the nitty gritty?
The nitty gritty is, I know you have. I know you have other friends in the industry too that do music as well that you are cool with.
Yeah.
And how was it falling out with a friend? How was it falling out with a friend?
Who are you talking about? Because there are.
It's okay. So
it's not a few.
It's a couple.
It's not a few. It's not a couple.
It's not a couple.
It's not a couple.
So how many would you say?
2.
Yeah, that's a couple.
Oh, they go together?
They don't go together.
Okay.
They don't go together. But how was it falling out with your friends? I feel like that's a real
And let me tell you this. It was the hardest thing that I went through as a growing adult. Okay. It has nothing to do with music. It has nothing to do with being on a show with somebody. Right. If we're talking about that person, because those people, and personally, I held near and dear to me. Right. And sometimes that's how I always play myself, is by giving too much and doing too much. Okay. And I'm a stand-up bitch, and I feel like A lot of people just aren't that, but they try to convince themselves that.
Okay.
I always stay solid throughout it all. And my biggest takeaway from those 2 is that it's all good.
Okay. Good.
I do not wish any bad on those 2.
Okay.
I love them.
Okay. Yeah.
Not loved. I love them.
Right.
One, for many years, I've watched grow.
Okay.
I've watched go through a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I helped grow, and I helped go through a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So, with that being said, my love never dies for a person that I've been there for genuinely.
Mm-hmm.
I miss who I call my best friend.
Right.
But to the extent we didn't fall out, we fought. So it's different.
Now how is that? Because I feel like a lot of people don't talk about that.
After it happened, days later, I said, "Oh my God, this person," and I said, "We will never get to this point where we're physical with each other, no matter how much we disagree,
right?
No matter how much we verbally fought,
mm-hmm.
and we're passionate about what we believed in. We never should have reached that level, and it was all because of the other one." So when it comes to the other one, we share a blood relative to me,
right?
And to
okay.
So that goes deeper than just a bitch saying, "Oh, I can rap better than you."
Yeah.
To me, I consider him family,
mm-hmm.
close to me, and a good friend. We called each other twins.
Right.
It wasn't one sided; it was mutual. So when that, I'm about to make up a word.
Okay.
If that mutuality went out the window, unbeknownst to me, people felt away. I'll be the first person to say, "I'm sorry I made you feel that way." But if you carry it and run with it after I say, "Hey, let me know how I'm making you feel. Let me know if you were offended by my shade," and you carry it and you start to believe it and run with it, you will create a void between us. And that's what happened. I love them both.
So
that'll never change.
I also know you was on the show, Philly on the Rise, right? And I'm always keeping the bean because on the show, of course, I guess you had like you was portrayed to be like, I guess, the messy one or the shady one and things like that. So how you feel about that view on you?
So I don't have a view on me because my view is from God. And what I can say is that I'm very much straightforward. I'm to the point. I will point something out. Why you got them dark ass shades? And we sitting here in the podcast and I can look you in your eyes.
Right.
So am I throwing shade at you? Or am I asking you a dead serious question?
I mean, I don't know. I don't really. The shade go right on over my head.
So that's not shady to me.
Okay.
I'm very blunt. I'm very straightforward. I don't give a fuck how I was portrayed because every cast member, season 1 and season 2, knows how I carried it and what my heart is. And that's why to this day, each one of them could say that if we ever had an issue, there was amends made and there was a common ground met. They can talk about me, but they can't look me in my face and say, "Bitch, I don't like you."
Right.
They can't look me in my face and say, "Bitch, I can't stand you." And they can't even recount the times that they called me shady and actually stood their ground and said, "You are a shady bitch," because I'm a real ass bitch. If they stop listening to people that don't favor me because of their own gripes and life happenstances, then they'll be better off. That show for me was initially a great experience in time because I was going in it with a person that I called my twin, and we had shared a close friendship, and we made an agreement. That agreement went left But so that's what happens when.
So did y'all fall out on the show, or
absolutely
it was after that?
On the show, okay. And because of the show.
And because of the show.
Absolutely.
Why you say that?
Because there were ears and eyes and noses sniffing, hearing, and mouthing about what our relationship was.
Okay.
And I'll say this to the camera, like I say it to my twin many times. We should not have ever listened to what other people were saying, because we knew what our bond and our dynamic was, how we talked to each other. If you and I, Zay, were any bit of friends to an extent that I considered that person,
yeah,
you know where my shade lies. You know where my joking lies. You know where my heart is.
Right.
So you bidding on me and me bidding on you is going to sound odd and shady to other people who doesn't have the dynamic that we have.
Yeah.
That was my bitch. That was my bitch. I would never call. What the fuck I'm calling my twin for? We don't look alike. We don't look alike. We don't look alike. We never did. We never looked alike. Boo. We never looked alike. We were supposed to bring each other up. I have a lake house.
And y'all both Sagittarius.
And we both Sagittarius. That's where we connected at.
I didn't remember that.
I remember, all I can say is, I remember the very first day where we connected. And you know that. If you're watching this, you know that. And yeah. You know, those are my babies for life. Because they came at a time where Rob Blanco was growing and developing. Then I'm gonna tell you something that's had nothing to do with them. But people in general, when you're growing and developing, and they're just a sitting pot of something, and that teapot is not getting hot, and that kettle is not whistling, and I may be the whistling one, there becomes a level of envy. But once again, this had nothing to do with them. I'm talking about generally. Yeah. This could be anything in your world of fashion. It could be family.
Right.
Seeing you come up. You know?
Yeah. Okay. So because of that situation or situations with your friends, how has it, like, I'm not gonna say changed, but how has it, like, made you want, like, I guess, move different with other friends? It's like,
I'm so cautious. And I have no new friends since then.
Okay.
Even moving to a whole new city. You wanna know why? The people that I've already developed a relationship or a cordialship with in the new city that I live in, I don't even want to hang with them. You wanna know why? Because the city that I was born and raised in, and the relationships and cordialships that I built with people here, because I'm home right now, sitting with you, they showed me the worst. So how can I put my faith in another bitch in another city that we built a cordialship over social media, seeing each other, working with each other, and passing? I'm okay. I'm cool. We're going to keep it just like it was, how it's been, because I can no longer give any of me, and I am an amazing person. I am an amazing person. I'm an amazing, and we'll go down the list. Son, grandson, let's start with father. Father, son, grandson, cousin, friend, brother, brister, whatever you want to call me. I am an amazing person, and I do for all. But me doing for all always gets me hurt. So that's what I've learned.
Okay.
And that's why I'm not taking that into any new dynamics that I build people and new friendships, because I play the fuck out of myself. Being a stand-up bitch to bitches who can't even stand up. You see what I mean? So I'm cautious and everything.
Okay.
Work. Even work.
Yeah.
Talking about, like, we call it 9 to 5?
Yeah.
You let's say you work, you the IT guy. Okay. I need my computer fixed. So you come and fix my computer. It's gonna be just like that. We not, oh bro, oh you like the Lakers? No, I don't like the Lakers. I could be wearing a Lakers hat. We not finna talk about nothing that I like, and then we have a cordial shit. I don't trust nobody no more.
Yeah.
You wanna know why? I got my son. My son will forever be my biggest fan, my biggest supporter, my best friend. And at the end of the day, he will be my son. When all of that is said and done. Okay? That's where my love comes from. That's where my trust lies.
Okay.
That boy. Every night. Every day. No matter what.
Okay.
Ain't got to worry about him.
Yeah.
Now, if your son, if you got to worry about your son doing some shady shit to you,
Yeah.
you ain't raising right. But, you know, what I've learned, and I've taken this in my relationships with even my family, boundaries, straight boundaries.
Facts, I agree.
The door is closed
I agree.
to everything and everybody. You and I met through, right?
Facts.
But let me tell you something. If I would have saw you in passing, and I don't give a fuck how many things we may have in common, how good of a conversation we may have had, I would have created a new boundary with you if I didn't know you. If I met you after those situations.
Right, right.
I don't trust nothing in nobody.
Okay.
Everything to me is a setup.
It's not though.
I said what I said.
But it's not though.
That's my protection and that's my peace.
And I know, and I feel like that's what it is. I feel like it's a protection thing, and I feel like a lot of people I feel like a lot of people are going through that. They want to protect themselves. They've been hurt and things like that, which I completely agree. You feel what I'm saying? Because people don't got the same heart that you might have.
Yeah.
Like that. You feel what I'm saying?
That'll make this hard.
Because I care about Ra.
You do.
I'ma say.
And you do.
Don't be closed off though.
I'm closed.
No.
Keep knocking on my door, and then it might open.
Okay.
But I'm closed. We are closed. Not we shut down for lunch for out. We are closed. We're out of business. I owe Uncle Sam. We closed.
But
so
the reason why I say that is because that gives you an opportunity, right, to see and allow people to move how they're gonna move.
But guess what?
If you stay closed off, you're not gonna be able to build like a.
Let me tell you what I mean by that.
Okay.
I'm still gonna be that person.
Okay.
That I am.
Right.
But I have a new boundary to say, Rob, pull back.
Okay.
And I'm telling myself, prepare for the worst, so I don't expect, certain things. Let's say we're gonna use you. Okay. You can show up as whoever and however you are. You have to now show me who you are, and that has to add to me, and I have to be able to add to that dynamic in your life as well, right?
Right.
Once you show me that, then we can start tiptoeing to some other things. But I'm still telling myself, I can't trust this nigga. He got on dark shades and he trying to ask me 10 questions. But can I ask you a real question? But I can't see through your eyes.
You can ask me anything.
But I can't see through your eyes.
You can ask me anything.
So now, with your glasses off, I can start to build a level of trust for you. Right? Because right now, you just had a boundary on.
No, this is just,
You had on glasses.
This is just my aesthetic for the.
That's your aesthetic, and my boundary is glasses, right?
Okay, got you.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now when you take them off, you can, layer by layer, you can expose the real, right? You can feel more comfortable. I could build that with you. But until you show me your eyes and your face and that you can connect and we're locking in, I'm not trusting you.
I got you.
I'm not trusting you.
I feel that. Well, I'm me all the time.
Now put your glasses back on.
I'm me all the time.
Now put your glasses back on. But no, I really do have, just as dark as your shade is right now, I have a boundary. See how you questioning me, you interview me, I can't see your fucking eyes. Yeah. That's exactly how I am to the forefront. But I fuck with you. Right. So I'm still going to answer your questions. I'm still going to be there. We're going to be whatever. But until we're able to gauge that level of comfortability, I ain't breaking. I feel that. Because they broke me.
Well, now, y'all see, if you're trying to be cool with Ra,
it'll happen.
Mike. You just got to work him in a little bit. You feel me? So, Ra, I appreciate you for coming on the podcast. I really do. You came all the way.
I flew. Yeah. I flew to come to you.
Yes.
And I thank you for coming. I mean,
you stupid as shit.
Say it again.
But yeah, I appreciate you for coming all the way down here and flying all the way down here
I
and
did fly.
showing up and things like that and actually keeping your motherfucking word. Cause that's big for me too. Cause I hate when people make claims with me and that shit don't fall through. That shit
And I'm
burns me
big
the
on
fuck
that.
up.
And I know who you are as a person. I don't know you deeply. We're not best friends. But I know your principles and morals.
Yes.
And I've seen that over years of time.
Thank you.
So when I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it.
Thank you.
I'm sure you wanted to come here and ask me those questions that people want to know. And I appreciate you for asking them. Because I will not talk to anybody else. You haven't heard me say a word. Have I ever said a word about any of this stuff?
You did not.
Y'all know I ain't talking about nothing. Because my life is good. Yeah. Let me tell you something. I'm not worried about you because I have a lake house, okay? My house sits on water, girl. Water. You know? I'm that's my Ring camera right now. Probably my maids coming in to clean the house. Like, no, I don't have no maids. But no, literally, I love all. Rob Blanco is still here. Rob Blanco is evolving. I literally have taken the time to switch up my game plan, and that's what we're heading to. So, in addition to us having this conversation that I've never had with nobody, so this is an exclusive. This is a Zay Maurice and Rob Blanco exclusive. Never before.
You know what?
This is a Zay Maurice and Rob Blanco exclusive. Never before heard conversations and topics that I don't even tell nobody. Zay got it out of me. And I flew all the way here for it. So why not? Fuck what they say. I'ma fuck me a rich nigga. Get into the peanut gallery.
And with that, y'all, stay watch for his new music.
If I
all right.
Drop in April 4th, 2025. Many mad performances. Full album coming. Royalty by Blanco. 3 years in the works. So just imagine how I'll evolve.
All right, y'all.
I appreciate you.
We out of here.
We're out of here, bitch.